What's up, everybody? Last week we got Season 27 of Apex Legends with some pretty significant legend changes. So as usual, we are going to be ranking the legends on my opinion, of course. Feel free to disagree in the comments. We can talk about it like happens every season. But before we do that, I will have my Twitch link down below. Now, Black Ops 7 is coming out, so I'll be playing a little bit less Apex for the next few weeks. But I try to mix in a good dose of Apex among battles, RedSec, Warzone, and then other new games as they come out, and my single player games on Sunday. But Twitch link down below if you want to come hang out live. Big variety streamer. A big variety, not big streamer. And I'll also link all of my social medias down below, including my car, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and my single player channel if you want to check any of that out down below. And this tier maker. Although this is definitely not the best tier maker, but it's Season 27. I'm afraid if I go find a Season 26, I'll find one that has their classes and something will be incorrect. But so let's go ahead and start out. Bangalore. Bangalore, you know, we're going to do what we did last season, where only broken legends will be in S tier. Otherwise, you got to be in A or below if I don't think you're broken. Bangalore's not broken. She's just really good. She's going to go in A tier. Revenant, also really good, not broken. I'm going to put him in A tier. Fuse, I'm starting to feel like is falling off. I've been a big fan of Fuse. I'm going to put him in B. I do like some of his abilities. Like the Knuckle Cluster is good for opening fights. His ultimate can be good for locking down areas as well as giving you a little bit of information. I like that he can unlock ring scans, but I just think there's better legends right now. Maggie is a legend that I actually think is better right now. I'm going to put Maggie in A tier. I've been kind of sleeping on Maggie, but, you know, for rotations, her ball's really nice. For opening fights and destroying traps and other Legends equipment, her ball's really nice. Her drill's great for pushing people out of coverage and opening fights as well. So you could throw the ball down, then push somebody out of coverage with a drill and use the speed boost pads from her ball to close the distance. Ballistic, I've never been a Ballistic fan. I think with the nerfs that he's had over the last couple seasons, that Ballistic's really fallen. I'm going to put him down in B. His Whistler's still really annoying, but I just don't think he's that good otherwise. Pathfinder's weird. Pathfinder's never like truly bad, but between his size, making him a bullet sponge, and just there being better legends right now, I'm going to put him ahead of Ballistic, but behind Fuse. Wraith is a legend who I think is mostly played by selfish players. Her ultimate's good for other players, but other than that, she doesn't really offer much utility. And she does have a small hitbox, but I just think there's better legends out there. Better than... she offers less team utility than both of these two. I'm going to put her ahead of Ballistic. I'm never that high on Ballistic, and I've cooled on him more. Octane, I just think Octane's whatever. His jump pad's fine, but other than his jump pad, he offers no team utility. His stim hurts him. I think it'd be a lot better if the stim didn't take away health, and the health regen's nice, but it's super slow. I'm going to put him down in D tier. I think Octane is due for a rework. Horizon feels kind of broken right now. They buffed her lift, and you can now hang it the lift for a top second. You can pick in her level 2 upgrade for a glide or a stomp, and the stomp is really good for if you're an aggressive player and pushing. The glide's a really good choice if you are going to have to pull out of fights a lot or you're trying to just travel around the map, especially if you're big about rotations and positioning more than you are about kills. I think Horizon is very good after her buffs. Not to mention being able to get health regen as one of her other upgrades from, was it her lift, or getting an additional lift on Nox. Huge. I think her buff made her really strong. Ashe is still good. Ashe with her delay and her dash definitely hurt her. Her ultimate nerfs that she's got hurt her. I think she's better for the team than Rev is. But Rev's better overall. But, you know, mostly playing ranked, I am worried about team utility. I'm going to put her behind Bangalore still. Alter hasn't really been touched much. Alter's good for pushing into buildings. Really aggressive players are good with Alter. And she can offer more for the team, although now you have to, as Alter, call people back with your ultimate versus people getting knocked, being able to go back to your ultimate. Still offers more for the team than Ashe. I'm going to put her up in A. Bloodhound's fine. He's definitely the best legend for a new player, but other than him being able to scan through walls, there's not too much that he offers. Being able to scan The White Raven is good for pointing in the directions of teams, but if they're not close, it doesn't really lead you to teams just in their direction. And the like pings, whatever you call them, where you can ping the actions that happened within the last 60 seconds is fine. I don't know. I'm not high, and his threat vision being put on all Recon Legends a few seasons ago definitely hurt him a lot. Crypto, I like that you can grab banners. I like that you can go revive people or respawn people with your drone. The invisibility in his drone is nice. The EMP is good for opening fights. I'm going to put him at the bottom of A tier. Almost if you reworked him into support, I think he would be better. But he's currently Recon, which makes sense too because the drone scans. But he's going to go at the bottom of A tier. Valkyrie, I think, might be the best legend in the game right now. The increased movement speed, horizontal and vertically, in her jetpacks is great. Being able to launch your Q while you're skydiving is great. The upgrades being either expanding your missile swarm or increasing your scan abilities, and then the other one being the vertical speed increase on launch, which is insane. And God, now I'm forgetting the other two, but her upgrades are insane. She's insane right now, and she can't stun herself with her missile swarm. Valkyrie goes crazy right now. I think she actually is at the highest pick rate currently in the season. It would make sense because she's awesome. Seer got buffs. Seer is good. Not great. I cooled on him a little bit from when he got his buffs. I do think that he's good for opening fights with that information, but he's not broken like he was. I'm still going to put him in A tier, but he's quickly falling. I love Vantage. I love the buff she's gotten, but she's not higher than B tier. It's nice that you can upgrade to scan rings if you want, or have your pings be live pings like Warzone style. It's good for opening fights, getting the cracks or the knocks with her ultimate. The information on how many teammates are live and the shield are all good. She offers a lot of team utility, but she's got a huge hitbox. And you know, you can open fights with her sniper from long range. I'm going to move her. I'm actually going to move her ahead of her two fellow A-tier Recon Legends. I don't care. It's a little my own bias because Vantage has been my main since she came out. Sparrow, besides Valkyrie, he's probably the best overall Recon Legend. Being able to scan Recon beacons from far is awesome. His ultimate's still really strong despite nerfs. Being able to use arrows to scan areas you're not in is really good. His jump boost is good movement. Because you can open fights with a stinger, I'm gonna put him a little ahead of Advantage just because scanning is much easier for him than it is for her. I think the Recon class overall is in a good place. They could maybe use their own Recon class passives, but I think the Recon class is better than most people think it is. I think a lot of Legends are really good right now, honestly. Gibby, Bubble is really nice, although it can be destroyed by Maggie's Ball. The ult's good for closing down areas, opening fights, protecting yourself under your bubble while you res people. His hitbox has always been a problem, but I do think Gibby is a good Legend. I'm gonna put him ahead of. I don't know. I'm thinking a lot about his team utilities. Built-in gun shield's nice. But I'm going to put him behind Maggie. I don't know, there's just better support Legends to play. And one of them is Lifeline. I think Lifeline is so good. Lifeline's ultimate was great. If it was a full dome, I think she'd be up in S tier. I think she'd be almost broken. But her ring's great because you also heal faster. The passive revives are great if you don't have a close quarters fight. If it's from far at all, and that person's behind cover, the passive revive is always great. I just always think Lifeline is really good. Mirage also very good. The invisible revives are great. His ability to trick people is always great. I think he's better than Gibby, but I don't think he's better than anyone I put behind him. Loba's probably the worst support Legend. Grabbing banners with her ultimate's great, but other than that, and grabbing loot, she doesn't really offer much team utility. And her bracelet's good, not great. She's going to go in the top of B tier. Newcastle, hard to play, but if you can master him, great. I'm going to put him behind Ashe, ahead of Lifeline. He's going to go is going to go ahead of Ashe, I think. Conduit, a weaker support legend. The shield's nice. Her ult for closing down areas is nice. But she's just not super duper useful in the revive game, which I think is important for a support character. I'm going to put her ahead of Loba down in B tier, which I hate because Conduit's the main support legend I like to play. Caustic with his buffs was really good, but I've cooled on how good that is. I still think he's an A tier legend. I think him being able to lock down areas is great. Using his ultimate to open fights or close down areas is good as well. But there's better control legends right now. There's two of them. There's two of them that are definitely better. I'm going to put him ahead of these two, but he's at the bottom of A tier. Watson is probably the best control legend right now. Maybe not the most annoying, but probably the best control legend right now. I'm going to stick her... Man, it's hard because I want her in my top 5, but I don't know that she's better than Newcastle. Rampart got buffed, but other than her new wall, she's not that crazy. She's not that annoying. I think I would rather have a Watson on my team. I think I'd rather have an Ashe on my team. I don't know if I'd rather have a Lifeline. I think I would take her over Lifeline because the walls go crazy. And then Catalyst is really good. I still like her ultimate a lot for some cover when you push. She's good at locking down because she can lock doors. She can throw down her ferrofluid and her spike trap, whatever you call it. But I don't think she's necessarily better than Caustic right now, so I'm going to put her towards the bottom of A tier. This is, of course, all how I'm feeling. Of course, people's opinions will be different, but this is how I'm currently feeling about Legends. I think Horizon and Valkyrie are broken. I think the Rampart buffs were good, but not good enough to make her really considerable. Bangalore is just always a really good legend. Alter's great for pushing if you're an aggressive player, and her ultimate's still good because you can still recall back to it on your own if you're not knocked. Newcastle, he's just such a good support legend. He's easily the best, a little hard to play. And Watson's the best control legend, although, control legends are kind of easy to beat. If you got grenades, or with Valkyrie's Missile Swarm, you can break down her doors as long as the fences are obviously shootable, and her pylon can be annoying, but I don't think it's a great control meta. Especially Olympus has a lot of open space. Although there's a lot of buildings, it does have a lot of open space. Same thing with World's Edge. There's a good amount of buildings, but there's a lot of open space. And Broken Moon, there's not a lot of big open sight lines, but it's more about choke points than it is buildings, and fences can only block choke points so much. So even considering the maps, I don't think control legends are super great because there's 2 open space maps and a choke point map, whereas E District has a lot of buildings, and I definitely think that factors into it as well. As Horizon and Valkyrie, I think, are just kind of broken right now, and I think unless you're stuck on playing your main, they are 2 absolute must-plays. But that's my thoughts on the Legend meta currently in Season 27 of Apex Legends. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and please feel free to check out all the links for my social medias, my Twitch, my single-player channel, and, of course, this tier maker. But I will see you on World's Edge, Olympus, and Broken Moon. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.